Welcome back to my study. Thanks again for joining and watching. I hope these sessions have become useful. I hope people are finding them to be a good resource if they want to reference any topics. And if you've got anything that you're interested in or something that you want to share or something you think I might be interested in related to human resources or an academic topic, reach out, let me know. All right, so this is going to be our next quick video. It's not going to be a long one. I'm just going to cover a few topics from chapter 4 and 5 that were highlighted by my professor that she cares about, that she's going to have on our exams, that she wants us to know about. And so it's going to be termination, which is chapter 5, all right, employment law, and these are our highlights. So the first thing we got to know is termination is the conclusion of an employment relationship, basically getting fired. The reasons could vary, which we will discuss in a couple examples in our next, or the part 2 of this video. But employment at will is the employer's right to revoke the worker's authority and terminate at will. Okay, so the flip side to that is that employees also have the right to terminate or to leave and separate from the company. They're expected to give proper notice, which is the duration of a pay period. That's considered professional proper notice. Okay. So employment at will is important. That gives both the employee and the employer more flexibility in their employment contracts. All right, next we're going to work on some concepts, highlights from both chapter 4 and chapter 5. Both of these chapters touch on separation and what that means to human resource management. Okay? So we're looking at reason for discharge. Okay? An employer might decide to provide real reason for discharge. Okay, so the employer might tell their employees, they might decide that they're going to let the employee know why they decide to let them go or separate them, whether it be for professional growth or just for closure. That's something that we might see. They call it sometimes an exit interview. So the reason that the employer provides should be job related, and it must be able to be substantiated. So you got to have a real legitimate reason why you let somebody go. It can't be due to any discrimination, can't be due to any unfair, wrongful discharge. It's got to be a legit reason why they let you go. A big one is misuse of company time. That could look like running errands on company time. That could look like hanging out, kicking it at the water cooler, in the bathroom when the John posted up, scrolling through social media. And that's even bigger today. Back in my day, we had the interwebs. You know, people would be on the internet browsing and, you know, on MySpace or whatever they were doing, looking up AIM or on the forums. Now things are a little bit different. It's not so much internet browsing as it is people in their phones getting caught in a feedback reel, scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and maybe not realizing they just spent 45 minutes on company time scrolling through their reels. You know, that's costing the company money. HR doesn't want employees to overindulge taking advantage of the company. It's got to be a fair and reasonable transaction for labor and compensation. So if employees are sitting 45 minutes, 20 minutes sitting on watching the feeds, watching social media, you're going to start to see that becoming a growing concern for human resources. So for those of us that are new, that are growing and developing our human resource professional knowledge base, this is something, you might want to consider. Okay? Another, talking about the running errands on company time on the clock, a lot of caregiver positions or home health or et cetera, allow employees opportunities and access to company resources, vans, etc. And it's tempting, and a lot of employees, decide to double up while they're at work and, run their own errands. They got a client, they're doing their laundry, they might bring their laundry in, and so on. Okay? So that is our chapter 4 and 5 highlights. Our next video in this session before our spring break will probably be touching on to chapter 5, and we will go into more in depth about termination. All right, hang tight. I'll be back.